Sorry, I was just outside for a second. Give it a minute. Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Gigi Summers, and I'm very glad that you decided to join me today. And also, my dog Scotty is right here. If I move the computer, everything will come crashing down, so you'll have to take my word for it. It's been a minute. I know I said I was gonna try to be more consistent, and life has just been here, there, and everywhere within the past few weeks. I just got home from visiting my mom and dad. It was my mom's 54th birthday, and I wanted to go be with her to celebrate that and spend some time with both of my parents, and it was a lot of fun. It was good just having a weekend away where I didn't have to worry about things, and getting to spend some time with them. So that was really good. But it's good to be home. And Scotty's just been super lax and super mopey because his brother's not around. If you don't know, my mom and dad have one of Scotty's siblings, and his name is Freddie. I will put a picture of them together here so you can see them together. He's recovering. He'll be okay. He just misses having the company and the friends to chew on and play with. So he'll be all right though. If you noticed, we're in a new setting. This is actually my house. I kept meaning to like make a new video, but then I was like, oh, I gotta go to the church and stuff, and then I was like, I have a computer here. I just don't have the correct editing software, so I can film it here and then take it elsewhere and edit it. Today's topic kind of came to me out of nowhere. It was just kind of a prevalent topic on my mind. This topic today that we're going to be talking about is 5 reasons I struggle with being single. Now, you may hear me say that, and you may have a few responses. Don't worry, Aaron. It'll happen in God's timing. You'll see. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. It's really helpful. You know, your season of singleness is a gift from God. You should really try to enjoy it. Yeah, for sure. You know what, compadre? It's chill. You don't even have to worry about it. God's got plenty of fish in the sea, and you got your whole future ahead of you. You can wait, enjoy the waiting, enjoy the process, enjoy the wonderful masterpiece that God's creating you to be, the wonderful woman of God that He's building you to be, man. Just enjoy the season of waiting that God's got you in. He's got plenty of fish in the sea, and He'll bring the one in time. You got your whole life ahead of you to find the one, you know what I'm saying? It's chill. Don't even freak about it, alright? You feel me? Are you on drugs? Those are just a few responses I get. People being very well-meaning, and I would agree with all of those. It just doesn't, it's like when you're grieving the loss of a loved one, or you're just grieving in general, and a well-meaning Christian comes up to you and says,
don't worry, God is with you.
Or if you're struggling, someone says to you,
don't worry, just have faith.
Okay, great advice. I don't want to crap on people who mean well and they want to give some type of counsel, but it just doesn't help. It just doesn't help. It doesn't change the way I feel about it. And yes, I would agree that singleness is a gift and that I have my whole life to find the one, and that, it'll happen in God's timing, and that, I should enjoy it. It still doesn't change the fact that I struggle with it. I try to enjoy it, you know? I try to find just the small things in my season of singleness that make it, I was gonna say that make it bearable. It's not horrible. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to put into words. I really just, like, for a long time, like, I know that it's not healthy to play the comparison game, and I try not to, but, like, all throughout school, like, when I was younger, like, high school and middle school, I don't really count middle school, because we're not even gonna, we're just dating to show off. I mean, let's just be real. In middle school, we're not dating to get anything out of it. We're dating because we want to show off to our friends and show them how cool we are because we got a date and because we have a boyfriend and girlfriend. And plus, I wasn't really allowed to do any dating in middle school. In high school, however, I think I've mentioned this before when I talked about my experience in high school, how I was very much a middle ground kid where I wasn't popular, but I wasn't like, I have to be careful how I say this because I don't have anything against this particular group of people. The nerds, or like the less popular group. I was kind of in this weird middle ground where no one noticed me. I was not popular enough to be, you know, to be liked a lot, but I was also not like on the other side where it was where I got bullied or anything like that, which I'm so grateful for, and my heart goes out to all those people that struggled with that. And so being in that middle ground, you know, you don't really, I mean, of course I had crushes, you know, what normal high school girl doesn't have crushes, you know what I mean? Nothing was ever reciprocated, you know what I mean? You know, there was a couple boys here and there that I had a crush on, a couple of which were friends of mine, but of course I never did anything about it. Yeah, it's just so weird. Nothing, you know, nothing, even when I turned 16 was the year that I was allowed to start dating. When I turned 16, I was in online school. And so, like, how in the heck do you, like, even, because I remember when I turned 16, it was very, like, well, I can date now, but there's nothing to be excited about because I know no one wants to date me. So, like, that was a weird and sad part of my life. So to this day, I've never gone on a date. Recently, for the first time in my life, I was asked out on a date, and I'm going to be going on a date this coming Friday. Hello, this is Editing Aaron. PSA, the date has not happened yet. I repeat, the date has not happened yet. The date is happening next weekend on Easter evening. If you want to stay in the know, follow me on my socials. Up until a few days ago, I had never been asked out on a date, and I mean, technically still, I have never been on a date. So this will be very interesting. And there's weird lines that I'm trying to figure out, like, at what point in the dating timeline are you not single anymore, is my question. Because, like, is it after the third date? Is it after the second date? Or is it just after the two people establish that you want to be boyfriend and girl? Like, where is that? I don't know. I know nothing when it comes to dating. I mean, obviously I know, like, what I'm looking for, and I know, like, how you're supposed to treat the other person, and obviously, like, I know that stuff, but, like, how to do it, I've never done it, so I don't have any experience, therefore I am ignorant. So, we'll see. But right now, in this video, we are going to focus on 5 reasons that I struggle with being single. You know, I think there's a lot of, like personal stuff behind it. I think there's a lot of baggage behind it, you know, struggling with discontentment, you know. And there's obviously, like, serious stuff that I struggle with, in terms of being single, and then there's dumb stuff, like small stuff, which we will go over here in a little bit. So these reasons are in no particular order. These are just how I have them written down. So, reason number 1. As a kid, I dealt with loneliness a lot. I dealt with body image issues. I had a lot of I lacked a lot of self-confidence because, our family dynamic was a little weird, and I felt like I was alone a lot of the time. And I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm not hating on any of my family. This is how I experienced it. There's forgiveness. Forgiveness abounds. Okay, so this is not me trying to crap on my family. This is just me telling you how I experienced my childhood and how that has affected kind of my thought process around being single. So I dealt with a lot of loneliness when I was a kid, both in school and in my family. I only had one sibling, and that one sibling didn't really care for me that much. So needless to say, I felt like I was alone a lot. I think I developed a lot of dependency, more than usual, like on my parents and stuff, because when I moved out of my parents' house, it was very difficult for me emotionally. I think that stems from childhood a lot. I still deal with that today. There are days when I'm here at my house and it's me and Scotty, and I'm good. I'm great. I'm okay. Just being me, God, and Scotty. You know what I mean? But there are other days where I just feel like I'm all alone, and it sucks. I wish I didn't feel that way because I know the truth. God said He would never leave me or forsake me. It's in His Word, and I acknowledge that as a truth. But sometimes it's hard for me to feel that, especially when it's not tangible. And when I say tangible, I don't mean that it's not real. For any of you who don't know, my love language is physical touch. And no, it's not as weird as it sounds, okay? So for me, I like hugs. Like, that's a very tangible form of love for me. That's just an example. And so when I say tangible, I just mean something that I love that I can feel, love that I can see and hear, love that is perceptible with my senses. And I know that that's the point of faith. Faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance of what we do not see. I'm fully aware of that, and there would be no need for faith if it appealed to the senses. You know what I mean? So I'm not negating that. It's just something that I struggle with. I have better days, and then I have really, really crap days. And so I think loneliness from childhood is definitely a big factor into why I struggle with singleness. Reason number 2, I struggle with comparison. I do. I struggle with comparison of the people around me. I struggle with comparison of my friends and my family. And I'm not too proud to admit that I do struggle with jealousy sometimes. I will admit that. I'm a flawed human being. I look at the relationships of the people around me and I think, gee, why can't I have that? Why can't I go home to my best friend every day? You know what I mean? That's a big thing for me. And like I said, some days it's fine. Some days it doesn't even cross my mind. And some days, if I'm being completely honest with you, some days I go home and cry. If you're not here for vulnerability, you can go watch someone else. But I'm gonna be vulnerable because I don't think there's any point in me trying to fake anything, So that's reason number 2, kind of comparison with the people around me and with some of my friends, and like feelings of jealousy. Reason number 3, Sometimes I struggle with doing things by myself, and that can be anything from like housework and chores to finances. I really struggle with finances, doing that by myself. Walking / training Scotty, and before you say anything, that is a chore. He's a big dog. So sometimes handling him by myself can be hard because he's just a baby. Some things I struggle doing by myself, and then other things I just don't like doing by myself. I can do them by myself. You know, I can do all of these things by myself, really, but it's just that some of them are difficult for me to do by myself, and then some of them it's just these things are difficult to do by myself. It's not that I'm incapable. I know that I am capable to do them by myself. It would just take a load off of my shoulders to have help with stuff like that. Reason number 4. I call this the dumb stuff category because it's stuff that I can find a way to do by myself, but that it's kind of in line with reason number 3. Dumb stuff like I can't reach the top shelf. Here's a clip of me trying to get something off of the top shelf.
Whoa, we've moved. Okay. This is my cabinet. Yeah? Top shelf. All the way up there. Okay? I can't get it. What I have to do is get my long tongs. Didn't mean to rhyme, but it happened. Get my long tongs. And now I have a to-go mug for my journey elsewhere. Yeah. So that's what I have to do to reach the top shelf. Anyway, back to the computer. Bye.
So yeah, there's that. And then stuff like I don't always want to drive when I'm going on a long trip. For example, this trip that I just took to my mom and dad's. On the way home, it was quite exhausting, and I was anxious a lot of the drive because I had to drive through some really cold, kind of slushy weather, and there was a lot of windiness coming home on the roads that I was driving on, and it wasn't the usual way that I go because the usual way that I go had even more snow. And so that's just an example of like it would just be nice to have someone who I can always like count on to like trade off on stuff like that. Kind of in, like I said, like in line with reason number 3, someone to just kind of lighten that load. Again, it's not that I'm incapable of doing it. It's just having that person that you can always go to, that you can count on to help you would just, you know, just nice. And now for reason number 5. This is kind of the peak, the pinnacle of what I'm trying to get at here. Really, life is just better when you have someone to share it with, you know? And when I say that, I kind of get a little... You don't have to cry in every video. When I say that, I get a little bit emotional, I will admit. You know? Again, this is just based off of stuff that I struggle with. This is just based off of past baggage that I still need to get over and heal from. And I know that I'm not going to be able to do that without Jesus' help. And I'm stubborn sometimes, and so sometimes I struggle asking for help. Good Lord. Sometimes I struggle asking for help. I do. That's a me problem. And that's what all of this comes down to is I struggle with these things because it's a me problem. Like I said, I know that it'll happen in God's time. I know that I need to learn to enjoy my singleness and to enjoy this time by myself and to learn to be okay with myself. I agree with all of those. life is just better when you have someone to share it with. That's how I feel. You know, some people are perfectly okay with being by themselves, and props to you. I wish I could be that way. I wish I could just be okay, you know. And I think eventually I'll reach that point when I've put in the effort of making the most out of my time. Like I said, all of these are just a result of just my feelings on the matter, my experiences, how my past has affected the present. Yeah, let me know if anyone out there resonates with anything that I've said, any of the reasons that I've given, any of the things that people say. Let me know if you relate, because I'd love to hear your experience. I'd love to know that other people feel the same way. Yeah. So this has kind of been on my heart recently, and I don't know, I just felt prompted to make a video about this because it's a struggle of mine, and I want to be honest with you guys. I don't want to pretend like I have it all figured out, pretend like sticks and stones don't break my bones. I'm trying to work on being honest, being more honest with myself, and being more honest with people. And so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen and to watch. I hope this helps some people out there, to help them feel like they're not alone, and that someone gets what they're going through and who has the same feelings and the same struggles. And I would love to know that I'm not alone as well. So let me know. On the date front, I will keep you guys posted. I'm very excited to do this. I'm quite nervous, if I'm being transparent. Like I said, have never been on a date before, so I've heard that it's always awkward on the first date, so I'm really looking forward to that. The day of, I will be posting on social media, on my Facebook, on my Instagram. I might put something on my TikTok, who knows. Just kind of keeping you posted as to where I'm at with it. And of course, I will let you all know how it goes. Yeah, just keep me in your prayers, because I need it. I need lots of prayer, lots of discernment, lots of guidance. Yeah, so just keep me in your prayers and your thoughts, and if you have any advice for me, I would love to hear it. I really would. If you have any experience you'd like to share with me, I would love that. I love to hear people's experience and things of what to do and what not to do. And so yeah, let me know if you have any of that, because I would love to hear it. You can put it in the comments below, or you can DM me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. My socials will be all right here. I will let you all know I stopped using Snapchat because it is rock dumb. So it will just be Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok that I'm using. So you can look for me on there. If you'd like to send me a DM, I would love that. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you thought of this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you like seeing honest content like this, stuff that's relatable, stuff that sparks discussion. I would love it if you'd stick around and if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I upload a video. I'm going to be trying to be more consistent with my posting schedule. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and I look forward to the next video. Catch you on the flip side. See ya.